Welcome. I am Crimey Queen. I'm just remembering my name as Crimey Queen, and of course, a derivative of crime, meaning I come to break down the rules to bring the news or show what is that has been concealed. And there I am now with a new revelation, thinking, do I have to say this, Spirit? Should I really? How am I going to do this? And of course, as I've said in my previous presentations, that I feel that I need to honor the messages that come forth because otherwise, then I just have a lot of information not flowing. And also, the main reason is for our evolution. So I need to remember this. So I've had an influx of information coming to me. As I said, before, it feels like I've done a quantum leap in understanding or seeing things in Genesis, the scriptures. So if you're new to this channel, this is where we work, we have fun, or we become um, more enlightened, I hope, with the use of numerology and delving into the scriptures, the Holy Bible. I I delve or use the King James version of the Bible because I believe that it holds very um, I would say a very strict, a very stringent construct of the world that we have been existing in. And so I believe that not only with the belief, but through my experience, that it is necessary that we unravel those constructs, because by unraveling those, we are able to take the or ignite the power within us to make the changes that are necessary to strike the balance that we need to evolve as people of the universe. Okay, in case you're new, this is Mother Eve. I have got templates to numerology by Crimey Queen, and this is the construct of the template, which you can see is devised on the word sacrifice. This was all intuitively devised, and of course, as I say, it's about having fun. And I'm just remembering that I did promise to give Mother Eve another airing. So basically, we are um, working with this template. It has been very instrumental in showing our pathway. It's our pathway to life, you could say. Like nine, for instance, this is where we birth newness. This is where, when a woman is birthing, she goes through a certain pain and she's really um, paying her dues to the inland revenue, we could say. She has been to headquarters. In fact, she would have been going from heaven to hell right here, but we call it headquarters anyway. But the journey of gypsy journey that she would have been doing before going to headquarters, she would have experienced heaven and hell, paying her dues, of course, to enjoy the newness of the number 10 of her child and herself in a new era, new dimension. Okay, so let's give Mother Eve another airing here. I just think we are about balance, so why not? Okay, all right. So this one has six, seven. Let's do the eight petals. All right. So I think that's better, and we can take these off and see Mother Eve smile. Okay. So Mother Eve does not look as happy as um, we could imagine. Well, we would love to see her, but that's because she is really beckoning our attention. She is really calling out. She is really saying it's time for us to pay attention and see the power that we are made of, the love that we had been formed in, the nursing and the kisses that we got, the embrace. And she is really here showing us how to ignite, or we could say how to activate the third eye. And this is what she's saying: come, come, I am showing you how to eat of the apple. Eating of the apple is really representing five, just like Mother Eve. And so it is that it's a fruit of wisdom. She's saying it's a fruit of wisdom. Now I am going to change this to saying it was moringa seed, because I have done the numerical value for moringa, and I'm very, very passionate about moringa. Plus, it's called the tree of life, and it bears the long pod that every aspect of that tree offers life. It offers a substance of life. And so this is what I am going to say from now on, that it's that moringa seed that Mother Eve ate. We could even say it was two seeds in the word eight, or the number eight. We could even say it was a male and female seed that she ate. And of course, that, as I say, I do things intuitively, and it does really make a lot of sense now. And I am saying here with Mother Eve is representing the great mother, the creator. That Mother Eve is in fact the creator, from whence all things came. And I have had the privilege to speak with people who have been able to um, birth, go through the whole birthing process by themselves without having a midwife or any sort of assistance. I've also learned through people like um, Delbert Blair, for instance, and other great teachers, that the feminine have in her the right chromosomes, or construct to ignite the vibration so much that she could have impregnated herself and would have bore child without having a man. So in actual fact, we could say that Mother Eve had bore two children. We see like the stories have always been like, from there we have Adam and Eve, which Adam, of course, would have had the wisdom from the seed that he was born, or born with, to have named his wife Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Now, not to stray too much from this, from the point that I really want to make, which has been a little bit, in fact, I'm just going to go along with it, and it just reminds me the importance of names, the importance of knowing the meaning of your name, because there may come a time when you may not honor who you are, and you need to remember who you are. So this is my experience right now, why I'm saying this. So I need to honor what I have just seen and understood. So going back to Genesis of chapter 1 verse 1 now, what I have observed, and again, sometimes the seed of the information has been planted, but because we have not taken on that cloak or the right attitude, or remember who we are, we have not grown enough to really absorb or digest the fullness of it. And here I am really wanting to say that the word in the beginning, or the sentence we have in the beginning, the word in, I have done numerous presentations on that. I is denoting the number 9, as here. I is denoting 9, and we have 5 denoting N. I or 9 is denoting beginning, and 5 denotes end. Now, 5 don't only denotes end, just like beginning does not only denote 9, but 5 has a, a legacy of words and functions. Let's say functions like open, like lock, like key, like anchor. Now, while I'm saying this, I'm also thinking of the feminine in all aspect, even of her lower chakra or her sexual organ, in that she is able to open, lock, close. These are words that are really here in this that connects very closely with Mother Eve. So Mother Eve is also breathe or breathed. Those words equal 5. Um, we have words like the Kundalini, words like Shakti, names like Shakti is 5, Shiva is 5, and we have words like, I think it's probably time that I say my real name is actually Shakti. Okay, but I go by the name of Crimea Queen because of this role that I am taking on, and it also stemmed from my books, The Crimson Light by Crimea Queen. So that again is all spiritually guided, and I am believing that it's okay to be transparent here. Um, of course, there's a place for the crime. So the crime here now is that um, the word in equals 5. So when we have the 5 and 9 together equals 14, 1 plus 4 is 5. And that's Mother Eve, that's Cries, that's the Kundalini, that's Shakti, it's Shiva, and the pineal gland, and a whole host more. The key, it is house, it is home, it anchors. All those words, all these words are in direct match with number 5, that which we are. We are 5. And that is why it is so important to know who you are. It is important to know who we are so we can ignite the power that that is within us, so we can make our journey to this evolution that we are always in this newness or a new phase of, whether it's a new phase of procrastinating that may not seem apparent, but we are reinforcing it. So then there's a ring. Now the word, there's another ring, another layer. And what I saw as well in the scriptures of Genesis, in fact, it got me thinking of Lord of the Rings, because the word bring has in it ring. And so I saw that it's a double, the B has B. It's like saying be ring, be whole. And those words have, oh, I'm getting shivers. Those words have so much power. So the idea was to do something else, but I have just, let's just look at, I'm going with the flow of how guided to do this. Okay, right. So we had in, as I keep saying, in is 9 and 5. It's beginning and end. I won't go into doing the numerical values on those anymore. I have done them quite a few times, and perhaps another time as well. But when we add this together, we get 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. Okay, so you have seen this on the template. The other thing that I was saying, although that was not really the purpose of this There's 1458 on the screen. And this is what I mean about the synchronicity, that when you are in flow, and it's as if it's a confirmation. As I said before, I was thinking, should I really give this, deliver this message? Should I do this now? I've been asking Spirit, should I go along with this now? Because I was a little bit apprehensive. But now, of course, it's confirmation that, you know, I ought to, and I'm going with the flow. Okay, so the word bring has in it ring, ring. Now I've done the numerical value, which I believe is 3, but let's see that again. Now it has two nines, which has in it another message. The nines, of course, it's like two sets of beginning, because when it says bring, it's like an echo of the or ring. So it's like two nines having to create a sound, and perhaps it's no this is also denoting the two sons, or the two like Adam and Eve, or Cain and Abel, or all the twos. So here we see in it, it has, so it's like saying two new things, or two births through Eve on the seventh day. This is how it is here. This is on the seventh day, the G. And actually, I'm going to say that G here is God. The God is Eve, is also Eve, even with this seven here denoting seven. But that seven comes in the days of creation. And we have seen how the seven comes here, where it's also added with the light and the dark. Uh, let's see if it's dark. Darkness is 10, but let's see dark. Dark. So this is 2. I don't think I have done this before or in this way. So this is 4. So this is 10. So this is 16. Actually, 16 is 7. So here we are. So we could say that G here is dark, the dark. So Eve is like a description of Eve right here. Eve, the dark, or the dark Eve, which also gives the impression of the evening. The evening is dark. It's dark in the evening. That's what is happening. So you are birthing newness in the dark of the evening. Okay. So here, for instance, now that word B, or the letter B rather, is what I have been associating with the number 13. So basically, the number 13 has been connected with the Christ, with the Last Supper. Christ with the 12 disciples, and um, at the Last Supper with on the table with his 12 disciples, and Christ makes 13. It's also the 12 disciples have been associated with the zodiac signs, the 12 hours of the day, the 12 so many 12s. Okay, so it's that sort of message, but this is what we are requiring to get down into the language, and really also take into consideration the spirit of sound mind. This is what really got me um paying closer attention when the scripture says, I have not given you the spirit of fear, meaning that we can delve in this as deep as we want, as deep as we choose to do. I have given you the spirit of sound mind. If you get an idea, or something rings a certain way to you, you have the privilege to investigate, to delve in. And this is what we are doing now. Now, I just want to introduce the essence of the main story that I really wanted to give. So there, in, it's when we hear in the, it's like saying in house, in sky. We say The is really foundational. It's giving the capsule of whatever is. The is equals is in essence. Although the is six, THE, which is 285. And then we have is actually 10. So when we add this together, this is where the comes in very profound again, because everything was created through Mother Eve. Everything that God did or made or saw, he saw it was good. There was some action. He saw it was good. He made it and saw it was good. But everything, when it is said everything, this is what we need to be paying attention to. Every, every. There's the word every. Has Eve right here. It's we have been blighted with the um, lineage, if you like, or the long, with the cover or with the cloak of the words, the cloak of um, the sentences or construct or context. Everything has been clothed down to the syllables that we are uttering. It's like it's clothed. But that's where the word ring comes in as well. So it's like now I am getting the message that we need to pay attention to the ring of everything. It's the ring that makes it. The ring is whole. So we are, in essence, rings on top of rings. We know that. We are rings on top of rings, but we need to hear it, the sound. When we see it, we need to, it is in the heart. It is not only in every, well, it is in every, but the ring, when we had a ring, it is in the Heart. It is in the air that is in the heart. It is also in the air that we have hair, which we've got. So our two airs are already saying to us that we have another two sets of air, two air rather, which is in the heart and in the earth. So we actually have four airs. Four airs. So I'm hearing like being the heir of a property or something like that. So four heirs, four heirs, meaning again it ring like forever, four heirs, forever. So this is the thing. So we have these four heirs forever. Okay, so we have these two heirs here, and then we have these two here. So we can also, there's another thing that I know I'm going to have to do is how we locate all these those functions in the body. We need to locate, we need to take time and think about those things, how they function in our body. What am I hearing? What airs am I hearing with? Am I listening to the earth? What is Mother Earth saying to us? What is my heart speaking right now? What am I hearing? And so when there is that harmony or unison or understanding, we learn how to listen. So it's important that we learn how to um, maneuver, or just be, because that's the word bring. Just be like a honey, like bees harvesting honey. They would die for what they what they're doing, and not scared to die. So because they are following their path, they are doing what they are meant to do. And so we are meant to do what we are meant to do, to shine through each other, reflect for each other, support each other, protect each other, love each other, because that is the reflection of the maker of all maker. Mother Earth, see the earth in the other person, see the sun in the other person, see the moon, and all those aspects, and to be able to recognize them. So that really calls us to pay attention to ourselves. I mean, I have no qualms um, looking at every aspect of my body in the mirror and really trying to understand who who is this standing in the mirror? What eyes am I looking through? What are those eyes telling me? And I keep, particularly with my eyes, I make this contact because I want to understand the person in this. What aspect is happening here? What is being activated in my mind right now? What am I conveying right now? And the words that I am speaking, where are they coming from? The sensations that I am feeling, what message is it giving or bringing? So these are ways that we can really get to know ourselves. So I hope you have found this um, fun. Of course, and I hope you have enjoyed it. You know, there's so much for us to delve. In fact, I start these things, and I know there is so much I want to say, but I've got to unpack it in a way that, of course, I hope you understand. Again, I hope you understand. All right. Please like and subscribe. And let me thank you for taking the time to watch this. And do share, because by sharing, this is how we spread the love, and this is how we grow. Okay. So thank you. Stay blessed. Okay. Blessed is to be less. This is what the habit of saying be less. Now, if I say be less, perhaps you have to be less in something negative, something that no longer serves you. So when I say be less, I think there have to be a clarification on that, because we always have something that we can be less with or about. And be bliss filled. This is another word that I don't know if it exists, but I say it anyway. Be a field, because we are planting new seeds. And spill over with love, abundant love.